The Media City Center in Burbank, California, opened its doors on August 21, 1991, with anchor stores Sears and Mervyn's, as well as 20 other stores, in its special sneak preview grand opening. It was previously called the Golden Mall, which was a pedestrian mall in downtown Burbank from 1967 to 1989. In 2005, Media City Center would be renamed to Burbank Town Center. Back in 1991, the designers told the Los Angeles Times, describing the new Sears at First Street and Magnolia Boulevard in Burbank as a sleek, pastel-shaded contemporary structure. Its massive base is stately hand-cut Indian stone. The Sears store is 3 levels and about 132,000 square feet of retail space. The store temporarily closed its doors on December 18, 2022, which was part of the 115 branches closing across the country. The signage in the storefront was never taken down, according to KTLA, so it was unclear if the retailer ever planned to close permanently.
In a surprising turn, Sears has reopened a local store.
But some visitors say it was underwhelming.
I first heard about the store reopening last week when a viewer mentioned in the comments that the Sears is reopening in Burbank. I had previously reported that it had temporarily closed and probably wouldn't open again. And boy, was I wrong. So I took a trip all the way to Burbank to see it for myself. The KTLA newscast mentioned that the store was a little empty, disappointing, as well as a little outdated. Maybe it was the soft opening on October 23rd and the little fanfare that it received, but I found that the store was fully stocked. The toy section looked clean, organized, and a lot nicer than other stores like Kohl's, Ross, or TJ Maxx and Marshall's. The clothes racks were all stocked with name brands as well as an abundance of it compared to the other Sears location in Whittier. According to an employee at the store is actually one of only 2 in Southern California and 12 stores left in the whole country. A far cry when it was the world's largest retailer with nearly 3,500 Sears and Kmart stores, including 2,350 full-line and off-mall stores and 1,100 specialty retail stores. I went up to the 3rd floor, where it is empty and the only thing up there are the restrooms. The former photo studio as well as the optometry are still there, but looking empty and abandoned now. Everything else was partitioned off. It was an eerie feeling walking the 3rd floor, knowing that the whole level was cordoned off and no one else was up there. Or maybe that is where the break room is. The escalator going up was working, but the escalator going down was turned off. Nothing like getting a little exercise at Sears. The toy section at Sears reminds me of the good old days when Sears was the place to go for toys. It appears to be about the same size as the Toys R Us section found at Macy's. The Sears at Whitwood Town Center no longer has a jewelry department, and the display cases there house craftsman tools. The jewelry section at this location does have jewelry, but a small selection compared to what Macy's and rival JCPenney has. I decided to head to the 1st floor. The 1st floor was like your typical Sears, with the appliances, lawn and garden, the craftsman tools, as well as mattresses. There was also seasonal items too. One thing I did notice was, unlike the Whittier location, this store didn't have that distinct Sears smell. I don't know if it was just me, but I clearly remember that every Sears smelled the same. Maybe I'm just getting old and/or too nostalgic. Another thing that I noticed was that there wasn't an electronics department. Gone are the days of those endless rows of TVs, VCRs, cassette tape, and records. What happened to those camcorders? What happened to those video game systems? Hell, how about those Sears catalogs? Essentially the kids' toy Bible of the 1970s and 1980s. Now it is mattresses and fridges that now take up most of the floor space downstairs. Hopefully, if you've noticed by now, there are not a lot of people shopping at this store. I don't know whether they have been doing any advertising or to get people in here, but the mall was full and crowded, but this store was pretty empty. Sad to say the least. So hopefully this store stays here for the long term. It was definitely a trip down memory lane. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.